Hey, give me 45 seconds to enlist your help with something. Garrison Hayes, friend of the channel, is a brilliantly talented and passionate young black creator who's trying to make our chaotic and too often unjust world a better place. He's nominated right now for a Webby Award, and with your help, he can win it. Voting ends tomorrow, and while Garrison right now at this very moment is hanging on to first place, the guy in second place, who I'm sure is a swell fella, has nearly 5.5 million subscribers. And Garrison is going to need a big final push and assist from all of you to win. So click the link in the description, then click vote under Garrison Hayes, click sign up to vote, and follow the prompts. Thanks for proving that community and unity are still powerful. And good luck, Garrison. Who knew that in this administration, an outsized portion of a percentage of what I talk about is going to be the possibility of the deportation of American citizens to foreign gulags for the crime of disagreeing with the president. That's what they're doing. It's no longer a distraction offered by Donald Trump to make us look this way while he's robbing us behind our backs on this direction. It's not that. They want to do this. They are seeking justifications for it, legal justifications for doing this. Donald Trump has said, I love it. I want to do it. Caroline Leavitt has asked about it. Same thing. We're looking to find a legal justification for it. We want to do it under the color of law. Spoiler alert, it's illegal. It's not something that they can do legally. But that won't stop Donald Trump. Why won't it stop Donald Trump? Because he has been offered kingship by the Supreme Court of the United States of America in the ridiculous ruling over the summer, last summer, that he has immunity from prosecution or consequence for actions while president. And this extends, obviously, to things that he's done while not president. Donald Trump is suing everybody around him, CBS and journalists and law firms and corporations. They're bending the knee and settling for millions and tens of millions of dollars. And you can't sue him. He is untouchable. The dear leader must not be criticized. And if you do, you're at risk of deportation, even if you're an American citizen. This first one is from the press briefing yesterday where Peter Doocy, Nepo baby extraordinaire, asked about this. Is this legal? And listen, that's the question. You want to be listening for the answer of is it legal? Because you're not going to find it. Strain yourself to find an answer in what she gives that is not an answer to the question. Watch this.
Deporting American citizens to Central American prisons. Is it legal, or do you need to change the law to do it?
Well, it's another question that the president has raised. It's a legal question that the president is looking into. And he talked about this yesterday when with his meeting with President Bukele in the Oval Office. He would only consider this, if legal, for Americans who are the most violent, egregious, repeat offenders of crime who nobody in this room wants living in their communities.
And then there's this CHNV thing. President Biden let more than 530,000 people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela into the U.S. with this CHNV program. He did it with the stroke of a pen. And now a judge will not let President Trump undo it with the stroke of a pen. So are you guys going to give all 530,000 plus people individual deportation hearings, or are you just going to try to deport them?
I spoke to White House counsel's office about this morning because obviously another rogue district court judge is trying to block the administration's mass deportation efforts with this latest injunction. We will fight this in the court of law, and we will ensure that every individual who illegally entered our country and was really taken advantage of by the previous administration because they abused the parole system in this country to fast track legal status, as they said, for these illegal immigrants, and they completely abused our legal system. Many of these paroled individuals were then given temporary protective status, which the intention of that TPS was only supposed to be used in times of war or storm or destruction in the home countries of these migrants. It was completely abused. These migrants came here for economic reasons, and they illegally entered our country, and the president is not going to tolerate that. And so we will continue to focus on deporting as many individuals as we can.
We are actually talking about this as a legitimate question right now. Hey, press secretary, is it legal to deport American citizens to Central American prisons? Is it legal, or do you need to change the law? To which she rambles. She flaps what serve as lips with answers that are not answers. It's a legal question that the president is looking into. He would only consider this if legal for Americans who are the most violent and egregious. If we have homegrown, like I'm getting ready to play from another Fox clip yesterday, if we do have homegrown criminals, they are our responsibility in the United States. If our system of jurisprudence sentenced them to prison, it is our system in which they should reside. We don't pawn our problems off on other people. That is the least of the analysis that you need. What you really want to pay attention to is the fact that our criminal president, our 34 felony convicted president, he's going to be the one to decide who's the criminal and who's not. They're already disappearing people off the streets of the United States with no due process, only because Donald Trump says they're a criminal. It hasn't been proven to a judge. They've provided no evidence whatsoever, zero. Yet because Donald Trump says they're a criminal, they go. What do you think is going to happen to American citizens when they are labeled criminal and then find themselves in a high security torture prison in El Salvador? As far as Donald Trump is concerned, we want to do it. I would love to do that, he told Fox yesterday.
Could we use it for violent criminals, our own violent criminals?
I call them homegrown criminals.
Yes.
I mean, the
homegrowns.
The ones that grew up and something went wrong and they hit people over the head with a baseball bat. We have, and push people into subways just before the train gets there, like you see happening sometimes. We are looking into it and we want to do it. I would love to do that.
Eggs were expensive. Gas was expensive. People were worried about inflation. There was all kinds of economic anxiety, everyone. And Donald Trump would love to do that. He wants to do that. And here again, I'm going to bring up this poll from UMass Amherst. The question, how concerned are you that President Trump will jail American citizens based on their political views? And a majority are very concerned or somewhat concerned. Not of Republicans. Republicans think they're immune from the machinations of Donald Trump. They are not. They'll come for them too. Because Donald Trump wants unchecked power. If you doubt, if you question, that's a problem. That's treason as far as the dear leader is concerned. Disloyalty to Trump, in his mind, is disloyalty to the country. It's traitorous behavior. You're not safe either, Republicans. And it's beyond time that you wake up to that fact. That if you actually have respect for the Constitution and our founding documents and the rule of law, that you need to stand up and say something. It can't just fall on Democrats to save the republic. There's got to be other people involved who love and are concerned for the rule of law, who won't substitute our constitutional rights for the feel-good insecurities of the cult leader Donald Trump. Our actually convicted felon who did get due process. Anyway, what do you think? I'd love to know. You can comment below. That would be fantastic. You can also call the voicemail line. Leave me a fewer than 3-minute voicemail. Otherwise, Google Voice will cut you off. It is 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, daily at dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. And I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.